Before Andrew Johnson made Greenville famous, there was a fiery preacher that helped shape this land. His name was Reverend Samuel Doak, and he was the first Presbyterian minister in Tennessee. The Samuel Doak House. The house was begun by the Reverend Samuel Witherspoon Doak and occupied by the elder Samuel Doak until his death in 1829. It remained in the Doak family until Tusculum College acquired the property. Tusculum College was founded in 1818. 50 years later, Greenville College, which was founded by the Reverend Hezekiah Balk in 1794, merged with Tusculum College. He inspired soldiers with his sermons, founded schools on the frontier, and left a legacy carried on by his son. Today we are exploring the Doaks, father and son, and the marks they left on Greene County and beyond. Samuel Doak was born in Virginia in 1749, educated at Princeton, and brought to the frontier by a calling to preach and teach. In the 1770s, when this was still the edge of the wilderness, Doak became the first Presbyterian minister in what is now Tennessee. He founded the Salem Presbyterian Church in Washington County, shown here, and later established congregations and schools throughout the region. But Reverend Doak isn't just remembered for preaching on Sundays. In 1780, with the Revolutionary War raging, he stood before the Over Mountain men as they gathered at Sycamore Shoals. This map shows Sycamore Shoals, and I have circled the muster grounds. This is where the workers say that Sam Doak most likely gave his sermon. His sermon that day became legendary. He reminded them of the words from the Bible, the sword of the Lord and of Gideon. With faith and determination, those men marched across the mountains and met the British at King's Mountain, and won a decisive victory that helped turn the tide of the Revolution. That same year, he was also preaching to the settlers at the Big Spring, which is where the town of Greenville, Tennessee started. He founded the first Presbyterian church in Greenville from the congregation he gathered from the Big Spring. Reverend Doak wanted people on the frontier to be educated. In 1784, he founded Martin Academy, which later became Washington College Academy. It was among the first institutions of higher learning west of the Alleghenies. But he didn't stop there. His greatest mark in education happened in 1818 when, along with his son, they founded Tusculum Academy, the seat of which would become Tusculum University in Greenville, one of the oldest institutions of higher learning in Tennessee. Here, the Dokes believed that faith and knowledge must grow together, shaping not just ministers but leaders for the frontier. Samuel Witherspoon Doak, the Reverend's son, carried on that mission. Born in 1785, he inherited both his father's passion for teaching and his steady Presbyterian faith. While his father is remembered for fiery sermons, the younger Doak is remembered as a builder and sustainer, guiding Tusculum Academy forward and shaping education across East Tennessee in the early 1800s. Reverend Samuel Doak died in 1829 and his son in 1864. Together, they left a legacy written not on battlefields or in politics, but in pulpits, classrooms, and communities. The churches they founded, the schools they built, and the leaders they inspired carried Tennessee forward long after their passing. Even to this day, there are still schools in Greene County bearing the Doak name. There is an elementary school, a middle school, and a high school. From the pulpit at Sycamore Shoals to the classrooms of Tusculum to the schools named after them today, we can look at all of that and know that's the marks history made.